Got the whole food theme going on, and I've got to get it back in the same direction it was. So, so the cross-hatching drawing that you're doing for the formal analysis, the thing you have to remember is that after you do the contour line drawing of it, is that you're going to start off with the cross contour lines first, and then you'll add your other directional line to create the cross-hatching. So as I do this, I'm going to focus more on the leaf, and I might not get that far up into the stem. But when you're working with the cross contour, remember what you're working with, right? It's all about the changes in the direction. So as I'm looking at this leaf, I'm trying to figure out a starting point, and then what direction should I take that cross contour line? Well, one easy way of doing this is to think about the outer contour and work with that. So like this tip in the spinach leaf, for example. And I am just noticing, and your shapes can always change at any point. So as I start this, I'm going to just move around and because you're using cross-hatching, you're going to need to kind of look at your object and look at the way the light and shadows are falling along the surface. And that might help you figure out like how light you want to make your cross contour lines before. And I would say don't go too dark right off the bat, because you never know how light you're going to need to keep it. And I went up here because this part of the leaf is bent up. And I just thought it made sense to go in this direction versus going straight across all the way up through the leaf. Now I'm going to start up here. And so and just follow down. And then if I want, I can bring them around, bring the line around. Okay, but what I can do right here is just make it a little bit bolder to show that that's where the end of that shape is before it changes direction. So this whole area up here is bent upwards. Okay. Now there's also some other areas where, okay, so I'm going to just go back up here, and remember we're trying to follow our cross contour lines so that they're reinforcing what's happening on the surface with the changes in direction. And get your arm out of the way so that you can see what you're doing. You know, and the thing is that you can always just make your lines the same value and then go back and change the value of the lines after you have them all in place, okay? So I'm gonna put a little more emphasis on this line because that's an edge of a vein. And then I'm going to draw another line running parallel to that edge. And then I can come down.
In
And there's like these little bumps.
Can use a little more brightness. So add a splash of Tropicana Pure Premium Orange Juice with 100% of your daily dose of vitamin C and a million little sips of sunshine. It's that little afternoon moment that can brighten the rest of your day. Tropicana. Sip your sunshine.
So when you have little bumps or little breaks in the surface that are shaped that are raised up, you know, draw the contour of that shape, and then you can do the cross contour inside of it. Okay.
Tonight I'll be eating with Uber Eats.
You know, nobody's ever figured this out just by thinking about it. You have to just do it. Okay. So this edge, I'm going to really push in and make it dark. Kind of let up here. So now I'm just kind of going in a different direction and filling in this space. And I'm just going to So there's another indentation. And you can always draw like a really light outline of a shape that you see on your surface, if that really helps. I think it can. Kind of jumping the gun here, but I'm gonna lighten up on the value there. I'm lighting up on the pressure, and then as I see these values changing, my strokes can get smaller to fit the shape of that value. Okay. Play your dance music so you can move your pencil to the beat. And then this is where we can kind of just sharpen that point. It's really important, I think, with cross-hatching to keep a really sharp point. Okay, so Now this vein is, well, it has a little bit of a dark, I'm kind of doing these really short marks. And then there was the other one. Okay, so I'm going to go back to and I think doing a practice drawing is always pretty smart. I know sometimes we just need to finish an assignment because we've got other things to do, but on the other hand, if you give yourself some time to practice, then it will give you a better result in the end. See, and because I drew that shape, I know where to break my line, and that's the nice thing about that. And okay, so I have all the cross contour lines in there, and now I can just finish up with cross hatching and a lot of different values going on here. And the shapes are, some of these shapes are really subtle on the surface, and then others a little more pronounced. And I think I got confused. So I'm gonna try to straighten this out. So you can just push down real light, you know, you can push down really hard or really lift up as you need to. And
Eminem's messages now with playlists on Spotify. Let him say it for you, and let Spotify play it for you.
thing is, so here, I'm going to erase so you can see what this looks like. Now, sometimes erasing is something that you do want to do because you have a highlight, or maybe you just went a little bit too dark. And on the Strathmore paper, that erasing might smudge a little bit, but you can kind of clean it up there, okay? And if you feel like you need to add more cross contour lines, you can do that. Okay. See what happens when I go up on point? It's much more linear than when I was using the side of the pencil. And you just keep working it. You think you're done, and then you just see little areas where you need to add more, and then you're looking at the values, and maybe you see something that needs to change with the values, or you see that something needs to be pushed a little bit more because it's just not popping enough. Okay. So I feel like this side looks a little smoother than this side, so I need to work on this area a little bit more. There's a little shadow out here. See, if I put that shadow in there, then it creates that leaf edge that's hitting the light. Going real lightly here. Okay, so like this is getting a little more light. Okay, there's a little shadow. Okay. Now I probably took this a little bit too far with the shadow. You don't need to do that on your formal analysis. In fact, don't do it because you're not working with shadows in any of the other drawings, so it won't look that good. Okay. So there's one way of doing it. All right, thanks.